So I was just checking email here on the iPhone because we get a lot of emails here at V8TV of people that saw stuff about the project cars or parts or tools or something. And we're always happy to respond, although right now it's easier for me to talk than type. So we're just going to hit a few of them real fast. If you have a question, you can get us at info@v8tv.net and we'll answer whatever you got. So the first question was from a gentleman who's building a 1,000 horsepower engine for his 72 Chevelle. And when it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm going to make a couple of assumptions about the usage of the car. 1,000 horsepower is a good number, it's a lot of power, and he wanted to know what suspension upgrades he needs to make and if there's any companies we recommend. And I'm going to assume that you're not doing competitive drag racing with this, say in the NMCA type events, because if you were, it would be very easy for you to stick your head under another Chevelle, you know, of a similar power level and see what that guy's doing and see if it goes straight and make your decision that way. So I guess one recommendation would be to go to an event like that and see what the race cars are doing if you want a race setup, because they're going to know more than I. But I'm going to assume that you're probably actually just going to be using this car as a daily driver or a weekend cruiser, you know, something that you're going to do a little stoplight drags every once in a while. And in that case, I would recommend, I guess, the first problem you're going to have is traction, and then it's going to be parts breakage. If you don't have a lot of traction, the car's not going to go very fast or very straight, but if you hook up too much, that's when things start to break. So I would make sure you've got a decent rear end in the car and do whatever you can to control wheel hop. And the way you do that is with perhaps some tubular control arms. A good rear sway bar actually helps with straight line acceleration as much as going around turns. Then I would also recommend that you've got good U-joints, a good set of springs and shocks. And when I say good, you know, drag race stuff is different from daily driving and road race stuff because it's designed to let the body move a little bit more, you know, kind of front to back, as opposed to road race stuff, which inhibits, you know, all body motion basically. So we like the Global West stuff. It's good, strong tubular arms. We used some billet lower control arms from Metco Motorsports, which also had the option to change where the lower arm mounted, which shortened the instant center point, which meant the car would apply the tires more aggressively, and then it would hook up better. And those billet arms are like impossible to break. So those are some things I would check into, but mainly I would go look at what some of the other guys that are going fast, hooking up, and going straight, and do what they do. I hope that answers that question. The next one, we've only got a couple of these. Somebody saw our video on the HTP plasma torch circle cutter, the plasma compass, and they said, hey, I went to the HTP website, I can't find this. Some of the parts that those guys sell and tools aren't necessarily, they're not on the site yet. So what you want to do is call HTP 1-800-USA-WELD and say, I want the plasma torch compass, the circle cutter, and they'll take care of you. And we also got a question about the Eastwood flare tool, where you get that. Eastwood.com, you can find that flare tool. And we got an email from a guy in Germany who's restoring a 65 Chevelle like the one that we're building, and he wanted to know about our reproduction quarters we used. Those came from OPGI, and we say OPGI all the time and assume people know what that means. That stands for the Original Parts Group Incorporated, but you'll find them on the website at opgi.com. So that's all we've got right now. If you have any questions, info@v8tv.net, or feel free to join our forum at v8tvshow.com/forum and post anything you want. We've got all kinds of pictures and additional stuff beyond the videos of our project cars there. And last but not least, if you're seeing this on a site where you can subscribe to the videos, you know, maybe not on our own v8tvshow.com site, YouTube, Street Fire, some of the other ones allow you to subscribe. If you subscribe, you'll be alerted of the latest videos, so you won't miss anything. So I recommend doing that. All right? Okay, now I can go back to monkeying with my iPhone, breaking it. I broke this one 3 times.